Okay. In a generic way, the file system is nothing but the way of accessing the data from a storage device.
Mhm.
The way of accessing the storage device in the sense, to be a little bit elaborative. Now, say for an example, we are accessing the data from an USB or we are accessing the data from the USB drive, something like this, or from an hard disk,
Yeah.
right? From a hard disk. Now, the accessing speed. So, what is the accessing speed which decides? So, here the accessing speed may be some 1 MB per second, and here it can be 50 MB per second. So that is
Yeah.
now accessing the data in hard disk is much faster when compared to the USB. Now, now say for an example, like so that is if I want to transfer 1 GB from an USB, if this is
Mhm.
taking some 5 minutes, and just approximately this will be taking only 1 minute. Okay, that is the one thing. And here now say for an example, I have the only the read write permission. Okay, and here I have something called as a read write execute. Okay, the execute means so I can even run here. I can even run as the programmable compilation with compilation. Compilation in the sense that is with execution. Okay, here that is not we cannot able to run the we cannot run the file as a programmable file. And here I can say the sharing it will be not available. Okay, sharing will be no, and here the sharing will be available. See, sharing is nothing but I'm saying like when we have an the directory here. When we have a directory here, so now this super putty is in the Windows, right? So here by getting onto the properties and sharing, so you can share these directly among the network path. But whereas when you have the and a directory in the USB drive, you cannot able to. So because I can say this is formatted with NTFS file system, and this is formatted with a I can say something like FAT16. So what is the
Mhm.
rules? So what is the rules which we apply the in the file system in the file system? So that is going to access throughout the throughout its life. So in such a way, the file system is getting different. So now even I can set some own rules to access a data like 1 GB per second, where it has read, write, execute, where it has having a GUI and a sharing, and to have a it has have the access to access the data from the cloud tech. I can release the your own file system in that. Say I can say even I can say the Arun FS. Okay, so these are the file systems nothing but again the rules which we design. Okay, so in that case now, if you go to Windows, okay, so at the starting try to compare everything in Windows, guys, when you're learning Unix, so that you can have a clear understanding of the concepts in Unix. Okay, see here now, here the partition is done C, D, E, F, and if you are connecting any other devices, the drive letters will be adding. So those are the partitions here. So if I want to access only the C, the Windows files, I will be going to the C partition. So here I have D for my official purpose and I have E for my personal purpose. Okay. So
Okay.
like this, we have the segregation in Windows. So in Linux, so what is the file system the structure? So here everything will be starting with this slash. The slash is nothing but the which we call it as a base directory. Base directory means so this is the origin, so which contains the total hard disk length. That is the total hard disk length or the total hard disk size. Now, if I go to this cd space slash, that is change directory to slash, I'm giving an ls. So these are the content available under this slash. So that is a common etc directory, home directory, lib directory, media directory, and opt everything. Okay. So let's see some important. Okay. So let's see some important explanations of these directories.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have the very first. Let's see here. So the slash, as I told you, is a base directory, and the root slash root. See here. See, every user will be having their own home directory. So everyone will be having their own directory in the sense. So now consider here we will be having two types of users. One is root user. Okay. Here root user is something like an admin. Okay, something like an admin in Windows. And the second type we have the normal user. Okay, we have the normal user. So here the home directory. Okay, see if you take in Windows, if you are going into the C, and if I'm going to the users, so this is so for normal user, this is his home directory. All his profile settings, everything will be under this, right? Downloads, my documents, my music. So where only his settings will be there. So same as like that, and a public user, so which can be accessed by anyone. So if we have two more users, so everyone's name will be listed here, and those are considered their home directory. Same as like here for the root. Okay, for the root, the home directory under a slash. Under a slash, the home directory is slash root. Okay, for normal user. Now say for an example, I am creating a user called Satish. Okay, so his home directory will be slash home slash Satish for the normal user. So this is the actual format. Now for an example, I am creating a user called Ramesh. So his home directory will be slash home followed by his name. Okay, followed by his name. So that is the difference between the home directory. So people will be asking why only for the root user the home is not included, because he is a admin. So to have a difference, they have made it in such a way. So and again, these are the an actual design from the Red Hat. We cannot change, or we cannot again keep questioning with them. Okay. So this is the home directory for the root user, and for the normal user, this is the format. Now, if I want to go to the root user's home directory, wherever I am, okay, wherever you are, okay, when you give cd command, it will take you to your home directory. Okay, to verify that, you can always give pwd, that is present working directory. Okay, so what it says slash root. Okay, the tilde symbol here, the tilde symbol which is present here, which will say you that you are under your home directory. That this tilde symbol indicates your
Home run.
home directory. Okay, right. Now see, I can show you that here. Okay, see, I have a user called Oracle. Okay, I have a user called Oracle. Now I would like to switch to Oracle. SU space Oracle. That is switch user. Okay. Now what? Now I have logged in as an Oracle user and getting into his own directory, that is having a CD, and I am giving PWD. So what is the directory it's showing? Slash home slash Oracle. So that is for the as
Oh,
per the normal users. Okay. So everyone will be saving their again the user's personal files under this directory. And next we have the important bin and the yes bin. Okay. The bin in the bin and the yes bin. See, we are executing the so many commands like date, calendar to check the current username, who am I, and this PWD and everything. So from where these commands are getting generating, okay, from where these commands are getting run. Hmm? So these commands are saved in a directory called bin. That is for all the binary files. All the binary files which is existing, which will be saved in the slash bin. So now, if I go to that bin directory and I give ls, so all the commands, so whatever the commands which we are executing, everything will be under a bin. So I can say,
mm,
did we executed a command called date? See here, date is available here.
yes.
The date command and pwd, the pwd is here. So that so whatever the commands which we are running, if everything is generated from the slash bin, that is the binary directory. And the S bin we have where the root user only can able to access. So that is the S bin. The bin can be accessed by the normal users and the root users. Okay, and whereas the S bin, the S bin can be accessed only by the root user because some system administrative commands are available in the S bin, whereas the bin can be uh, the bin can be accessed by both the normal and the root user. If normal user wants to access the commands from the S bin, then he is supposed to have an another command the access called sudo. So if he is having the sudo permission, okay, if the normal user is having the sudo permission, then he can able to access the commands in the yes bin. So by default, the normal user cannot access the yes bin commands. So that is the difference between the bin and the yes bin here. Okay, and the next one is slash boot. See, in the slash boot, we will be holding all the important files which is used for the booting purposes. Okay, which is for the booting purposes in the sense. So as I told you on the first day, like what is the heart of an OS, which we can say the heart of an OS. If you say what is the heart of the OS, which parameter?
It's kernel.
Yeah, exactly. Super. It's a kernel file. So here in this slash boot, we can able to find this kernel file. So this is the kernel file. VM Linux version 2.6.32 -71.el6. So if I delete this file or if I rename this file, if I do anything in this file, and again the OS will not get booted. So unless we know the
Mm,
kernel programming,
mm,
so we need to be careful with this file always. And we have another directory called in the same boot. We have another directory called grub. So grub is the main bootloader. So this will be the grub file will be starting the initiate. So that is the initial file will be available only in this grub file. So through this the OS will get started. So that file name here is that is what here is the one grub.conf. configuration file. See what the OS will do is when it is starting, it is first. So I'm an Oracle user. Okay. When the OS is getting started first it will call this grub.conf file. See here, this is the content in the grub.conf file. So now this grub.conf file will call the kernel file again here. So first it will be initiated by grub and secondly it will be initiated by the kernel file. So likewise it will go to the sequence of the boot. So that's why the boot directory will have all the necessary information for the booting purpose. And the next we have the slash proc. See, the slash proc is an file system which will contain the information about the running process and mainly the system information. The system information. And if you see here, if you want to know about the system CPU information, that is cat space slash proc CPU info. See here, you can able to see the processor size, the number will be 0 since we have installed this in the VMware. Okay, since we have installed in the VMware.
Okay.
And all the necessary, what is the CPU family model and the size i3 CPU. So all the CPU details we can able to see here and what are the file systems. Say for an example, what are the file systems supported by this Unix. So these many file systems we have and mainly it will be formatted with the ext4. Okay, and we will be seeing in depth about these file systems when we are discussing about the disk management topic. So okay, again if you want to view any mission information or the OA information, always you can get into the slash proc. Okay. So this one, the serve and this is, see this both are it's being used for the service oriented task where when we have the networking concepts like FTP, the WW, that is the web server, NTP, NFS. So here we will be having the necessary files in this directory called SRV. See here I don't have anything now because I have not configured any of these services. So if I'm using the networking services, the related files will be here. And these, okay, so by default the OS parameters, that is the kernel, hypervisor, firmware, devices, all system oriented files. Okay, see these are the one which will be by default, and in this the service which are the one which and a user will be creating. Okay, so that is the difference here between the files which is having sys and the SRV. So again, by the day-to-day practice, you will be understanding what folder is designed for what purpose and all those things. Okay, and we have the temp directory. See, the temp directory is as same as like in Windows. We have the temp directory, right? In Windows.
Yeah.
Okay, so where again the junk files and the cache files which we will be getting into the temp here too. So temp, okay. So you can see only in the temp directory the normal user will be having an access. So other than see here to edit something in slash boot, normal user will not be having access. So what is that? Okay, the normal user will not be having access to edit anything here or in the slash boot or in the slash etc or in the slash proc or so for all these directories normal user will not be having access. Okay, so but the normal user will be having access to the temp directory. So the temp directory is a common one, can be accessed by the any users. where people will be having an access. Right. The slash div. Okay, so we have slash var. Here the slash var is used to save the log files. Contains the log files for all the services, whatever the services which we have, that is the database or the cache, dictionary. Now, say for example, slash var cd space slash log. Guys, I'm getting some background noises, please. Okay, so now I'm in the slash log directory. See, again, just explaining this directory will be a little bit boring, but anyhow, you need to listen to it to have an basic information. So in the further classes, it will be going interesting when we are using the direct concepts on the commands.
Okay.
I can understand this will be boring. Even it was boring for me too when I took this. Okay, see here now we are under the slash var slash log. Okay, so under this log directory, now say for an example, you have some services running on your machine. Say for an example, the browser functions. The browser was keep running and unexpectedly the browser was closed and you don't know the username and the password. That is the autosave. If you want to take that by your transaction, so you can get into this log directory. So for all the services we have this log. So now say for an example, I'm just filtering out only the log files here. Sorry. Let's start. Hmm? Let's start out log. Anaconda. So you can able to find only the log files here. So that is, so for each and every services there will be the log files. My God. So for each and every service there will be a log file to record its transactions. So the log files can be viewed as the slash var slash log directory. So for that purpose the slash var is being mainly used. And the etc. Okay, the etc is a place for the configuration files like DNS, DHCP and the web server. The configuration file means, now say for an example, by chance, do you know guys what is in DNS in a generic way?
Is it network service?
Correct, correct.
I mean, dynamic network service or something?
Dynamic network service. Okay, the abbreviation is not correct, but it's a one of a it's one of a network service.
Oh, okay.
Okay, see, DNS is nothing but the domain naming system. Domain naming system in the sense
Yeah, yeah.
like every time we cannot remember the IP address to get into ESPN or Yahoo.com or Gmail. It's very hard to find the IP address like
Yeah.
192.168 and all those things. So to change from host name to IP and IP to host name. So that function is done by the DNS. And if we are
Okay.
configuring that way in our Linux machine, then we need this configuration of DNS. So where we will check the those what is that those configuration files. Here we can able to all the service files will be available under the slash etc. If you want to configure, you can get into the slash etc and you can choose your service, whether it is profile D or postfix service or the mail cap or the LVM service. We have a lot of services.
So sorry, these all are I mean network services, like
Yes,
all the names, or like these are, we can configure these all things.
we can configure all those things and we will in the level 2 we will be seeing all the we will be doing these configurations like disk management, LVM, creating a DNS, creating
Mhm.
a web server, all those things we will be doing and we will be seeing how it's happening in the real time. Like from the real time point of view, what are the actions which we are supposed to take?
Oh, okay.
Okay, right. So this dev directory then. This dev directory we have to contain all the device file information. Now say for an example, I want to check out my what is that hard disk information. So whether I have one hard disk or two hard disks and how many partitions I have. So I can able to check that in the /dev directory. So just giving ls, okay. So just giving ls and checking where is that SDA. Okay, see here. This SDA is nothing but the SATA hard disk. The SDA is nothing but the SATA hard disk. If I have another hard disk, then it will be naming as SDB. And SDA1, DA2 is nothing but the partition 1 and partition 2. So here we have the SDA1 and the SDA2 and the SDA3, the three partitions here. And you can able to see what is that, the CD-ROM. Okay, if you are connecting the CD-ROM, it will be having its name, and you can also able to see the USB names. So these are some default port values which is available. So if you are connecting any network devices like network card or the graphics card which is related to an hardware, first you need to check whether it is directed or not. So you will be able to check whether it is directed or not by getting into this /dev directory. Okay, so all the device files information will be available here in the /dev.
Okay.
And all these three directories, so these are called some mounting directories: /media, /mnt, /opt. So here the mounting concept again, we will be seeing in depth in the disk management topic. The mounting directory here is nothing but, so okay, in Windows when we are inserting the USB, okay, when we are inserting the USB, the next moment it will be showing the content in the my computer, right? So we don't want to do any external things to access the data in it. So the moment once we connect, it will be showing in the my computer, and we can able to access it easily. But whereas in Linux, so there is an option like if whatever the hardware device may be, storage device. Okay, now say for an example, I am using the HDD1. First, this HDD1 has to be mounted. So mounted in any directory. Now say for an example, I am mounting in A1. Okay, this HDD is I am mounting in A1 directory so that the OS will read the data only when the storage device is mounted, the OS will be reading the data from it. Now say for an example, I have a USB here. Okay, and the USB has been mounted in a directory called B1. So only when it is mounted, the OS will be reading the data. So it is not like once we have connected to our machine. Once we are connected to our machine, it doesn't mean that we can able to read the data. So connected, that is physically place the hardware devices in your CPU, and then mount it using the command so that only the OS can able to read it. So here this A1 and the AB are called the mounting directories. Right.
Okay.
Okay, so here I have this color coding for your reference. So here, since you can able to see the file names with many colors here. Okay, so here I have the color coding which you can able to understand just by reading it. Now, so once we have logged in, into the mission, we are getting some information. Okay, guys, I'll be back in 1 minute. Okay. Now we're going to discuss like the basic command prompt which we can able to see. Once we have logged in into the server, You can able to see something like root at the rate here, root at the rate localhost and a tilde symbol and a asterisk. So what these are? Okay, see the first root is the current username. So that is to check what is the current username. You can use the command called who am I, or you can use this command echo dollar what is that log name to check what is the current username. So that is the root. Okay, the first one is the current username and second one is your mission name. So mission name like in the sense we have how will you check your mission name? You will be going to the computer and the properties. Here my mission name is what is that? Here my mission name is Nirmal-PC. So here I am having it as the localhost. If I want to change my mission name, okay. To find out my mission name, I will be using this host name command. That is localhost.local domain. Okay. Now for an example, if I want to change for a temporary purpose, okay, I'm just changing the host name as India. Okay. Now this will reflect in the next sessions. So if you log in to another session here to Red Hat. So now see here, what is the host name here? So which has changed to India. So now these
Yes.
the second option indicates your host name, and again this is a temporary setting. If you want to do it permanently, if you want to make India as a permanent host name, we are having the some other steps. So we will be seeing that in the later classes. So the first one is the username, second one is the host name, and the third one indicates the PWD, currently where you are. Okay, so the tilde symbol indicates as, what is the tilde symbol indicates, guys?
Which one?
This one, tilde symbol here.
Home
Home
directory.
directory. So it means that currently you are under your
In
home
home.
directory. Now say for an example, now I can say I am in dev directory. Just by seeing at this position. Now I can say etc and under, for an example, under etc if I'm going to any directory. So say okay, see here, HP. So now I am under the HP directory. So to know your, so currently to know where you are, that is your working directory. That will be shown by this, that will be shown by this third position. See, even in Windows, you used to check it like currently where we are. So now currently, what is your working directory here in Windows?
So it's in I
It's
guess it's documents.
no, we are under the users directory. See here.
Yeah, users directory, but yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay. So currently, it is showing us users. So the
Hmm.
same as like now, say for an example, if I'm getting into D, Arun official training. Okay. Now, what is the working directory? We can say from seeing the top line, we can say that is a training directory. That is
D.
a working directory. Here, same as like in Linux, here now I can say the working directory is HP. If you want to print the full path, so where the HP is present, you can use the PWD and you can check. So under etc we have HP, and as like here under official we have TRN, and under Arun we have the official, and under the D we have the Arun. So this is the folder structure in Windows, and this is how the folder structure in the Unix.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we have something as an this hash symbol. Okay, so this is to indicate what type of user it is. If it is an hash, it says the current user is root user. Now say for an example, if I'm logging in with the Oracle user, can you able to see there is a change in the change in that symbol? Now it will change to the dollar. Dollar indicates
Yes.
the current user is a normal user. So just by having this difference in the sense, we can able to find whether it's a normal user or a root user.
So the hash symbol, I mean,
As
consist. I mean, it shows the root user.
yes, yes.
I mean, administrator or something like
Correct,
that.
correct, correct.
Oh, okay. But the differentiation is dollar symbol is normal use.
Yeah, yeah. Again, you have the same notes in your Word document to say here. This is, for example, this is our command prompt. So root indicates the current username. Okay, and the HP indicates the host name of a machine. Okay, and the tilt symbol indicates the PWD, that is the present working directory or the current directory, and the hash and the dollar symbol indicates the type of user, whether it is a normal or a root user. And then coming on to the command syntax. See, in this command syntax, we will be having the three sections as a command, options, and the arguments. Okay, command, options, or and the arguments. Now, so we have been okay. Can you guys tell me what are the commands which we have used so far?
Which command? I mean,
No, in general command we have used so many commands, right? So far.
yeah, we used list command and
Okay, correct. So
sudo
ls.
super user and pwd.
Okay,
Yeah, and cd for change directory.
okay. ls correct. Sudo user is correct. So now switching, I'm switching to root user.
Date also we used
Okay, date, calendar.
and calendar. Yeah,
Okay, can we say who am I?
and who am I and login name, logon name.
Yeah, and everything. Okay, so there are so many things. So these are only the commands, right? The command is nothing but it's a program file. It's a set of program which is being executed in a single transaction. Even when I'm executing the date command, so in the back end there will be many instructions will be running. Okay, so only then it will be giving this output. So it's not like it is printed somewhere else. See, every time when we execute this command, it will be giving only the current timing. So now it's 8 a.m., 3 minutes and 16 seconds. So now again the program file is running and giving the output as with the 23 seconds. Okay. So now, so this is a program file. The command, whatever the command which we are executing, we can say it as a program file. Now from these commands, I can use the option. I can use as a second, I can use the option. So what is the options are? See the option, the aim of using the option just to change the output format. Output format means not changing the entire output, just changing the output format in which way we need. See here, now when I'm using an ls command, the ls command is used to list the contents, right? Just to list the contents. When I'm listing the contents, so it is now it is showing only the file and the folder name. The white color are file name and the blue colored one are the directories. Now I want to view these content with some more properties, that is with the long listing. So what is the size, what is the date of the directory and all those things. See here. Now here in Windows, can you guys able to see the directories with some information, last modified date and type? So that is with more information. Now here you can able to see only with the file names, file and the folder name. Same as like that. Here what we have now. Now if you give ls-l, -l is an option to long list. So here can you able to see with some properties. So now here you can able to see the contents with some properties. So I'm using a -l here. Now for an example, let's go to the etc directory. Here I'm giving ls-l. See, there are many directories, there are many files are there under the etc directory. Okay. So when I'm in etc directory, okay, when I'm in the etc directory, now say for an example, I want. See, yesterday I have edited some file. I want to find out which file it is. I don't have a clue of what is the file name is. Okay, I totally forgot about the file name. So how we can able to take, how will you be searching it in a generic way? Say for an example, I have some 1,000 files here. How will you search it?
Maybe it's we need to sort out like the time and date.
Exactly. You're right. Now, so how we can able to sort the file? So again by using the options. So ls-lt. The T will sort the files based on the time. It will sort the based on the time. This is T is for the time sort. See here, can you able to see 2007? That is the last edited file. That is 2007. We have 2008, 2009, and you can also check the May, July, September, November, December, and again 2010 January. So is it so now is it got sorted?
Yes.
Okay. Now if you want the last edited file at the base, now the last for so to see the last edited file, we need to scroll it up and we need to check on the top. But when we see here, so now this is the Jan 9th, 7/18. That is the current year. Okay, in the current year, it will be showing this is the last edited directory. Now, if I want these at the bottom, now say for an example, execute ls-lt r. R is T is to time sort and R is to reverse the same output. See here. Now I can able to see the latest directories on the bottom. That is in the ascending or the descending format. For that case, we will be using this R. Okay. So see again, so these are the options. Again, options are always optional. If you want to use it, if you want to view the output in a different way or in the different format, you can use this option. That is ls-l. So there are many options for each and every command. Okay. Now let's say the next one, argument. See, argument is nothing but the input to the commands. So input to the commands means, so whatever the commands which we are giving here. Now say for an example here, when we are giving ls-l, it will be showing all the files, right? I want to check out only the few files here. I want to check out only the, is M only getting delay in video?
Actually, I'm getting lot of delay.
Okay, so here. So here the argument is used, that is as an input to a command. So for ls command, I'm giving this mtab file as an input so that it will be showing only the mtab file details alone. See, argument can be used more than one also. Now say for an example, I'm using another file cron.deny. So when you are using only ls-l, it will be showing all the files or properties. When you are particular about your directory, okay, when you are particular about your files, you can just list only those file details. That is the mtab and the cron.deny. Okay, so for that purpose, the argument is used. That is passing a input to the command. That is the ls. Okay, so these are the syntax which we will be following. Okay, you can able to see the examples like this is an only command ls. Okay, the command with option is -l. Okay, and here the command with only with the argument. Here in the third example, I have not used the options, right? And in the fourth example, I have used both the option and the argument. Okay, both the option and
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
argument. So these are the different ways of executing the commands. So here I have some the basic commands to help you out. Okay, right. And okay, see this one. Now we have used something in the okay. Let us describe about and little bit in detail about these options. See here, for each and every command, if I take ls, there is like option like l, t, s, r, f, d, a, I. We have these many options. Actually, in all these options are used will be used in the real time. Okay. If you take what is that? If you take the cut command, so if you take the cut command, there is an option called D, F, T, K, R, U, M. These many options are there. So how to know about these options? Okay. See, when you are using more number of options, you will be getting the precise output as you like. Okay. Now see again the options in available in ls will be not having the same meaning in the cut command. So cut command will be having its own explanation and it will be having its own meaning. So you should not use the cut command T option which is in the ls. So everything will be differing from command to command. Now say for an example, now as we have seen this ls-ltr. So ls-ltr will be sorting the
Sorting
files in the time. Okay,
reverse.
by time. Now say for an example, I am getting some hard disk alert. Okay, like this, I am getting some. Okay, I'm getting some hard disk alert. See here, it's saying your hard disk size is going more than 80 percentage. Okay, so now I need to check which file is occupying more size, like F1, F2, or F3. Okay, so here on the system, I cannot keep scanning all the files. So is it possible to scan all the files like this? So here it indicates the sizes. So is it? So now it will be very tough to scan the sizes here. So instead, what we can do is ls hyphen. Okay, first to see the sizes in the human readable format. To see the sizes in human readable format, we will be using this H. That is, it will be showing in the KB or in the MB. So if it is not showing with any sizes, mean then it is a byte. So here how the sizes, the electronic memory sizes will be moving, guys. So how many bits is equal to 1 byte?
How many?
How many bits is equal to 1 byte?
It's 1024 bits.
You're right, but
No, right.
8 bits is equal to 1 byte.
One
And,
byte, right?
and 1024 bytes is equal to 1 KB.
1 KB. Yes.
Okay, so I have this coding here just for your reference. See here, the memory measurement. So 8 bits is equal to 1 byte and 1024 byte is equal to 1 KB.
Yes.
And which we have the conversion for megabyte, gigabytes, and the terabytes and the petabytes. In the
Yeah.
offices, okay, in the offices, where we have been using this 1 petabyte, till 1 petabyte the sizes have been reached. So that is 1024 TB. So probably if you are taking your hard disk, what will be your hard disk sizes? Can be of 1 TB or 2 TB or even the external hard disk as 3 TB hard disk, 5 TB hard disk. So we have not come to the extra zeta and the iota. But now, so here we can able to view the sizes in the human readable format by using the option H. Now I want to find out which file is occupying much space in this etc directory. So there is an option called ls-h yes. What this yes will do, the capital S. The capital S will sort the files in the ascending order. See here. Now this will be showing the very least files in the bottom, that is in the descending one. If you want in the ascending order, you can use the option R. That is the same output will be reversed. Can you able to see? 626 KB, 240 KB, 51, 43, 21, 12, 7.7. So I can say which service is occupying more size here. So what is
Yeah.
which file is occupying more size here?
It's
Sai
the 640, 626,
46.
626,
Yeah, 626.
626
Uh,
services.
626 file services. Yes. So just by using a command like this, we can find out which file is having a large size. That is services. Now, apart from this, now I want to find the hidden files. So how will you find the hidden files in the Windows?
You need to go to tools and change the
Correct. So
settings.
show hidden, do not show hidden,
Yeah, sure.
something like that. So here,
Yes.
by default, it will not show the in the default command, ls command, it will not show the hidden files. Okay. Now, say for an example, here it is not showing any hidden files here. Okay. Now the hidden files will start with a dot. To find out the hidden files, we are supposed to use a ls-a. See here, when I'm using with -a, can you able to see the hidden files .config, .dbus, and all those things?
Yes.
Okay, excuse me. Okay, so here uh, the difference of these two commands can tell you that there is with hidden files and without hidden files. Here, when we are using -a, you can able to see the some files which is starting with a dot here. The file starting with a dot here is considered as the hidden files. Now here in this section you cannot able to find any files starting with a dot. So that is if you want to view the hidden files, so we need to use the option -a. Okay. So here, see here, the A to show the hidden files, L is to long list, T is to sort the file based on the time modification, R is for reverse, which we have seen, and the I for inode number. See, I for the inode number in the sense, so in the left side you can able to see some numbers. The first column you can able to see some numbers. See, these numbers can be used. These numbers can be used to find out the this inode number is nothing but the address of a file in a hard disk. Address of a file or a directory. Okay, now we will saying our how the whole number is, that is 12A in this particular street, right? The address of a home, so something like that here, the address of a file in the hard disk. So using the hard disk will be searching by this number only this particular file and not by its name. Name it's for our convention, and only by this inode number the hard disk will be reading the file. Okay, and that is called as an inode number here. Okay, and the H is to see the file in the human readable format for the size, and the capital S is for the sort the file based on size. Okay, and this capital R. See, the capital R will show the contents of all the contents of subfolders and the files with the properties. Now, say for an example, being in your home directory, when you are giving only ls, it is showing only the first level. It is showing only the first level directories. So when you want to check out, when you want to check out the all the subdirectories, so what is available inside the desktop folder, what is available inside the download folder, what is available under the funny folder, all the contents. That is regardless of the level 1, level 2, level 3. The same as like in Windows. So though being in D directory, it will be showing only the content of this first level, Arun, Karthi, Linux stuff, photos and the RHL7. But I want to also check what are the contents available in these directories. So getting on to this, even to the subdirectories, we can able to check by using the -R. See here now. I'm using ls-r. So which will be showing the content of all the files. See, and this is the first level. So this is the first level content. And under the D1 directory, I don't have anything. Under D2, I don't have anything. But under desktop, I have these many files. Under documents, I don't have anything. So to check the sizes, including your subdirectories, we will be using this ls-capital R. And the last two options, the F and D. See, this F will to show the which files are executable files as an asterisk, which is a directory. When you are normally executing the command ls, everything will be showing as a normal file and a directory only. So when you use the option -F, you can differentiate. Okay, see, the normal files will be having only the file name. The executable file will be having an asterisk at the end. You can able to see for all the executable files. And the directories will be having a slash. At the end of the file name, the directories will be having a slash. So that is to differentiate between a normal file, executable file and the directory. I can say to differentiate to differentiate the files as executable, what we can say, normal file, executable file and a directory. So by this way, so for this way the -F option is to used. And the last one, D, to check the details of directory. So if you want to check only the details of the directory, when you are using, by this case, ls-l, what it will do is it will show the content inside the desktop. When you want to check the desktop directory properties alone. Now say for an example, how will you check the directory properties in Windows? How will you check the details in Windows? Guys, now I want to check.
Right click on properties.
Yeah, so right click, properties. Here it will be showing the sizes and everything. Right, but when I'm getting into the single, what is that? So if I'm clicking on it, it will be getting into the content to show the content of it, and not the properties. So something like that here, when you are using ls-l, it will be showing the content. But when you want to check the properties of the directory, you need to use the D. D will be showing the details of the directory and not the content. And for that reason, we will be using the -D here. So now these are the properties, like it is having some 4 KB of size and the last modify time and everything. Okay. So tomorrow we will be starting with this, what these properties are. So what all these properties indicates and all those things. So
Okay.
I'm done with it today. You can, if you have any questions, you can ask.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I have a question now.
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, Ram.
Oh, he went to mute.
Sorry?
Maybe his sound, his system is not available. Maybe his internet problem. Maybe.
Oh, okay, okay.
Because it's showing it's completely mute over there.